Hello, I'm Super Orange Cat here today with Toonami News Update for today, October 27th, 2021. Let's start with the most breaking news. And earlier today, we got Toonami's schedule for not this Saturday, but the Saturday after that, November 6th, 2021. And the schedule is as follows. At midnight, My Hero Academia. At 12:30, My Hero Academia. 1 a.m., Yashahime Princess Half Demon. 1:30, Food Wars. 2 a.m., Naruto Shippuden. 2:30, Fena Pirate Princess. And then we have the daylight savings bonus hour, so we will go back since it's fall, we'll fall back an hour, so we'll go back to 2 a.m. It'll be Dr. Stone, 2:30 a.m. Dragon Ball Super, and 3 a.m. we'll have a bonus shorts block, which I'm gonna be straight up here. It's 100% gonna be just the Rick and Morty shorts again. And I think a lot of people, myself included, were kind of disappointed with the schedule. Now, for Toonami to give Toonami a bit of a credence, I'm gonna read off the announcement Toonami posted on their Boomer Book page. Thanks to daylight savings, we're giving you an extra hour of Toonami next week. On November 6th, class is back in session with a double episode finale, My Hero Academia at midnight, followed by Yashahime Princess Half Demon, Food Wars, and more. Finally, we're wrapping up the daylight savings bonus hour of cool shorts, extra goodies, and an overall hour of fun. Check out the lineup below, and then they give you the lineup, like I just said. And I'm reading general reactions pretty negative to this, and I think this was the most boilerplate thing they could have done. Since they've had lot of a tendency recently to double up shows. We get the last two episodes of season 5 of My Hero Academia starting at midnight, which we now know will be the show that will be replaced by Blade Runner Black Lotus the following Saturday at midnight. We still don't have the schedule for that date yet. It's probably gonna be pretty similar to this one, since how they're setting up the schedule. This also means that Fana will probably get the 2:30 slot as its rerun slot, so we'll probably have all 12 episodes of Fana rerun at the 12:30 in the morning slot starting that week. And doing my math, considering we'll probably have two more marathons late December, it will probably end around early to mid-February, so that slot's probably locked up until then. And also, if you're a Naruto Shippuden fan, you get bumped up, a rare promotion for Naruto Shippuden up to the 2 a.m. slot, which honestly is more kind of an indictment of the general issues Toonami's had with shows and filling in slots. That Naruto Shippuden, which has kind of become the back of the block filler in a way, considering how many episodes it has been bumped up to a more opportune prime time slot at like 2 in the morning. It's towards the middle of the block now. And I mean, a lot of people, I think, are just disappointed with this. Again, Yashahime, which does not retain well, more often than not, it doesn't retain well, is still going to be probably it's next week, the week after. I wouldn't be surprised if it's immediate follow up to Black Lotus. And overall, this is just increasingly becoming a weak schedule again. And again, this is starting to remind me of how things were in the heart of COVID, where there were no new shows. So we had to throw in Paranoia Agent. We had to throw in Jimiseto Death Beats. We had to throw in Ball Master Season 2 and act like those are Toonami shows. But and this time it's just instead of like getting like old shows or actual Adult Swim shows up on the block, we're just gonna just kind of go with the whole rerun aspect of things. And again, I'm not that surprised. But again, the following week, November 13th, would be a different monster on its own, because we know we have Blade Runner Black Lotus at midnight. I think that also was announced to be a 1 hour premiere, so for that week it will be 12 and 12:30. And I expect the rest of the block, 1 a.m. onward, to be the exact same for that week as well. And then when they go to one episode a week of Black Lotus, we honestly will probably ultimately just cut a slot from the block, how things are going now. And the fact we haven't had an announcement that Assassination Classroom is coming to the block again soon means we will probably not see it until at least 2022 at this point. But I think it's a guarantee we will at some point get season 2 of Assassination Classroom. Question is more a matter of when rather than if. But again, kind of disappointing to see the schedule, because you know what this means for the future. But again, the other bit of news is I have Toonami's ratings for this past Saturday, October 23rd, 2021. I'm just going to go through them quickly because we just had two things. We had the finale of Fana Pirate Princess at a 0.10, and we had Batman The Long Halloween at a 0.08. They only gave ratings for the first of the two movies because the Batman movies was the two-parter. but they just gave numbers for the first one. So I'm just gonna presume they were same throughout at a .08. And again, this is a bit like last week where the Warner Media stuff, the DC stuff didn't add people to the block, and it was just a natural bleeding out after Fena Pirate Princess. And again, I think we've hit this kind of this plateau where if you're the leadoff show in Toonami, if you don't have Family Guy in front of you, which we will never have again, you're probably going to do between a .10 and a .12. I think that's where we've been established. So honestly, for Black Lotus to be a success, it has to go above a .12. And considering how long the production time and how large the budget apparently was for Black Lotus, there's actually even more pressure for it to succeed than Fana Pirate Princess had. And overall, I would say Fana Pirate Princess will probably in the long term be seen as a moderate disappointment for Toonami. Probably ultimately cost them some money. I don't think as much as the Fully Cooley sequels would, but I don't think they're going to be recouping their money on this. And again, not and it kind of makes you worry considering you have at least announced 3 more ventures for Toonami into their own co-production content with, of course, Black Lotus starting on the 13th, and then probably sometime October 2022 we're going to get Uzumaki, and sometime in 2022 we're going to get Shenmue, and it really decreases one expectations for that. Of those 3, the only one I can really see getting hype is Uzumaki, just because I've seen people outside the typical Toonami sphere, even people outside the typical anime sphere talk about it when they have updates about it, so maybe that still has some hope behind it. I'm not so confident about Black Lotus. Again, it's hard to get that many people interested in a show that looks like it was made with Source Filmmaker, you know? That's just the thing, you know? And again, but again, if to that's but again, the schedule I mentioned earlier is for November 6th, which is about 10 days from now. This upcoming Saturday, Halloween weekend, will be a marathon of Fana Pirate Princess, the entirety of the show from midnight through 6 in the morning. So again, marathon. So I might, if there's any notable ratings coming out of it, I might have a ratings video for that. If not, if they don't report, I'm not going to really speculate on it. But what do you guys think? What's your thoughts, with your opinions on Toonami, the state of Toonami, fan of Pirate Princess? Leave your comments, leave your opinions down below. I'm Steve Orange Cat, and that is all.